Hey guys, so I'm sorry for the bad lighting and all, but this is a spur of the moment video, and today I'm going to be doing a piercings tip slash experience video. So I'm just gonna list the piercings that I have. I don't have a lot of piercings. So first of all, I have the normal low piercings. I have one on each ear. And then around a year and a half, 2 years ago, I got this barbell right here and a belly button piercing. And last Wednesday, I got a nose piercing right here and a tragus piercing, which is this little area of cartilage right here. Now, I'm guessing if you're looking at this video, you're probably wanting to get a piercing and doing a little bit of research, or wanting to know how to take care of your piercing after. So I'm going to be talking about research to do before, the experience, how to take care of it, and kind of what happens if you get an infection, how to treat it, and how to treat keloids. That a lot of people do wonder about. So first of all, research. So honestly, when I got my piercing, these two were at Claire's, so most people get the loved ones at Claire's, but I had a lot of, I had a student teacher in my class at the time who had the barbell piercing, and I asked her where she got it. And this, for my area, it's this place called Pleasure and Pain. So 2 tips I suggest when looking for a kind of like a piercing or tattoo parlor, because they're most of the times they're together, is first of all, go online and literally just search up piercings, and the first one that comes up is most likely the most popular one in your area. Why do I say this? Because pretty much, honestly, not even pretty much, everyone that I know that has a piercing got it from the place I'm talking about. So the place I'm talking about, if you're in the GTA area, is Pleasure and Pain Inc. And everyone around me that I asked about getting piercings, the student teacher, my friends, kind of strangers on the road when I was talking, got it from that place. So it seemed very trustworthy, and I asked around. I went online onto their website. I did a little bit of research. The website does or should have pricing on it. So yeah. And a little tip before getting your piercing, when you're planning to, is wait for the holidays. I don't know if it's just this piercing place, tattoo parlor, but they always have sales events during the holidays. So Christmas, the summer break, they actually had it, because we just had the Christmas break, and just little, I think Canada Day had one too, but the one for the promotion that they always have during every holiday is the 3 for $60, because I think, I'm not exactly sure, but I know this one was actually like 40 something, and this one was also 30 or 40, and the belly button piercing, I think it was 30, and the nose same. But then if you combine 3 piercings, it's a lot cheaper for the $60. So that's a tip. And yeah, so just ask around, make sure you're going to a good tattoo parlor. You don't want to go to a kind of shady place, because they might not give you good aftercare, so on and so forth. And believe me, when you ask around and go online, just search up piercings, the first one that comes up is most likely the most popular and most trustworthy one, and it's probably going to match the parlor that most people that you ask about are. And so moving on from there is maybe pain tolerance. So how much did it hurt? A lot of people ask this all the time. So I'm just going to give you a little explanation. Is piercings overall hurt the most in cartilages, so cartilage and your ear cartilage, except for the lobes. So essentially cartilage is soft bone, so pretty much bone areas. And yeah, and the areas that hurt the least are areas with the most fat. So for example, your lobes, they barely hurt. I'm guessing that when you got it, you were probably very nervous, but then they didn't hurt that much. So your lobes, your belly button, definitely, because most of your belly is fat, admit it or not. And for this one, it actually didn't hurt that much, because this area, a lot of people call it the sweet spot, so kind of in between, isn't actually there's a lot of fat. But it is still cartilage, but it's, if you feel it, it's definitely not as hard as this area of your nose. So yeah, that is the kind of before of everything. Now, this is might kind of freak people out, but at tattoo parlors here, when you get your lobes, they use a gun, right? So it just goes tap. But at tattoo parlors or piercing parlors, they don't actually use a gun, or most of them don't. They literally take like a needle thing and they do it by hand. Because why? Because if they do cartilage by gun, the sharp force, it can easily crack, like kind of shatter your cartilage, and your bone would be shattered. Like, that's definitely not good. So they literally do it slowly by hand. That's gonna be kind of creepy. And this is also gonna sound kind of creepy, but for cartilage, you can hear your cartilage cracking. And it definitely hurts, but it's not that much pain. It just, when they go through, it's more of like a little bit of a burning sensation with a little hurt. And then afterwards, right, like after everything's done, it's gonna burn a little bit, but like it's definitely not that bad. I thought it was gonna be pretty bad, but it's not that bad. It's not even like fire burning you. It's definitely not that bad either. So yeah, and it might also be pain tolerance, because considerably I have an pretty high pain tolerance. So moving on from that, so I'm kind of gonna explain to you how they do it. So because I didn't actually get to see it for my own piercings, but the second time I went with a friend, and they also got the belly button piercing. So what it is, they take this kind of scissory thingy, and at the front, how do I explain this? So let's, for example, it's like a clamp pretty much, and at the front of the clamp, it's flat, and there's like a triangular hole on the top and the bottom. And what they do beforehand is they kind of like situate you in front of them, and they look at everything, and then they draw dots on where they want the piercings to be, and same with the belly button. And that's exactly what the person did. And then he took the thing, and the clamp obviously doesn't hurt, but he clamps the area that he wants to pierce, so that I don't know how to explain this. Example, if this was my, like, the top of my belly button, and I want to pierce it this way, it was a clamp that would go this way, and there would be a hole here, and he would clamp it in a way that the dot was in the middle of the hole, so that it would be held like this. And then when he did it, he would just let go of the clamp, and it would be holding on like this. And he literally just took like a needle like thing, and he just went, and yeah, that's gonna sound bad, but it's not that bad because it's all fat. It's kind of like your lobes. It's almost like a gun, because with your belly button, he does it really quickly. And then after he puts it in, it's literally just like a needle. There's another tool where he opens it up, and he puts the actual piercing in, and then closes it up, and that's it. Now with these, it's pretty similar, like cartilages. But it's pretty much the same needle, and he goes really slowly in, and you can hear the cracking. Well, this one not so much. This one he just went, and it just went in. And then once it's fully in, he does the exact same thing. He opens it up, and while the needle is still inside, he puts your piercing in, so that, because if he takes the needle out, the hole, because it's just pierced, it's going to be too tiny for your piercing to fit. So he keeps the needle in, and then he puts the piercing inside, so that the hole doesn't actually close. And that's pretty much it. Now, why did I want to make this video is because this piercing actually took like 3 months to heal. But this, like I said before, I got on Wednesday, and it healed rather quickly. Like, it's already healed today. That's why I wanted to do this video. But anyways, aftercare. So the first time I went, because if you go to Claire's, they give you this bottle, and you're supposed to use a cotton pad or like a Q-tip, and it's like salt water essentially, and you clean your piercings. So the first time I went, there was this bottle, and it was essentially a saltwater spray. You sprayed it. The back says to spray your piercing and then clean it, but the person that did my piercings said to take a Q-tip and spray the Q-tip and then clean, and that was the first time. Now the second time, or last week when I went, there was this new product. It's called, oh, come on, focus. It's called Doc Pain. And this is not actually salt water. This is saline spray. So essentially it's the same, but I don't know. It doesn't smell the same, and it's definitely not like just pure salt water, because before it was more on the pure saltwater side. So essentially what you do is it's also a spray right here. You just take a Q-tip and you spray it a couple times. I do spray it 2 or 3 times, and then I kind of push my piercing out a little bit, or just go around my piercing and clean it up, because when you do get a piercing, there's gonna be these, it's kind of like collagen or white blood cells that build up because you're healing, and it comes out, and when it kind of dries, it turns into a crusty, so it's hard. It's not hard. How do I explain it? It's like earwax almost. And this is used to clean that up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And normally you shouldn't bleed when you get piercings, but I don't know, I bled a little bit. It was so tiny when I got it, the cartilage ones. So yeah, that's that. And okay, aftercare. So cartilage normally takes a very long time to heal. When I searched the barbell up, they said it would take out more than even half a year to fully heal, and it could still get infected then. But areas with more fat, like nose and so on, definitely heal a lot faster. That's that. If there's anything else, I will add. But now moving on to keloids. Okay, this is very major, because keloids, if you don't know, are essentially they're just little built-up scars, but instead of leaving like a actual scar on your face, it's like a little bump, a smooth bump that looks like you grew an extra like meat of bump. You just grew. Now, it's just due to micro tearings, when you kind of tear it a little bit, and overhealing. So when your body type is kind of like an overhealing kind of body type, you heal rather quickly. And so for me, I play sports, and I play net sports, and one sport that I play often is badminton. So whenever I go to badminton lessons or when I play, this always happens, is this barbell right here gets caught in the net when I pick up the bird, and it kind of tears it. And this actually happened today, and I bleed a little, and then these micro tears, once the healing, is kind of what happens, what causes a keloid essentially. So I have a little keloid. It's tiny, so you won't be able to actually see it, but I did a little bit of research, and the second time I went to get my piercing, I actually asked about it. So they said to treat it with tea tree oil, literally tea tree oil. And I searched it up after coming home, and tea tree oil is 100% organic. It's natural, and it helps. It definitely helps. Like, a lot of people are like raving about it. It definitely helps with keloids and so on. But once a keloid gets to a certain size, tea tree oil might not be able to do it, and you might actually have to get it surgically removed, or not surgically, but like laser removal. And that's when it's like really big, so you don't have to worry about that. So once you get a keloid, you don't have to freak out. It's very easily treated. Just treat it, because if you don't treat it and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, then that's when the problem arises. So that's all for now, and please comment if I left anything out. So, and please comment any questions, message me with any questions, and yeah, your opinions. And please like this video if it helped, or if you like it in general. So yeah, so bye for now.